So 30 years ago, you built this on strategic partnerships and building leverage that then we saw the emergence of digital everything. So if you were a new firm owner graduating today, what would be first three things you would focus on?
I'll just say one. Meet 200 people. You have 90 days to meet 200 people, 200 business owners, 200 prospective, like 200 qualified people. If in 90 days, because everyone's I won't say over, but there's a tendency to overcomplicate marketing. And in the beginning, marketing is very simple. Do you have 20 people you know that are business people, yes or no? Great, so sit down with all 20 of them and ask, hey, who do you know who I should meet with? Draw out the 6 steps or the 5 ways and say, this is what I'm doing now. Who should I go meet with? Who do you know who? Like, I bought you 10 beers over our lifetime, buddy. You owe me 5 referrals. Who do you know is a business owner? Put me in front of them. Go to networking functions, knock on doors, do whatever you need to do, but you've got 90 days to meet 200 people. Out of the 200 you meet, you're going to have coffee with 50 of them. You're not going to sell them a diag. You're not going to sell them a... Don't push them down the road. Just go to the next step. They don't want to commit to a 2-hour meeting. Yeah, but it's a free coaching session. It's not free. You're sucking up 2 hours of my life. And all you're going to do is sell me some stuff. So, I don't know, why don't we get together and have a coffee? I'll just find out a bit more about your business and tell you a little bit more about me, and maybe we can refer people to each other, or maybe we can do some business together. Who knows? So we have coffee, right? And as we discussed downstairs the other day, if I meet you at a networking function and you say, hey, I'm Reggie, what do you do? I'm in the printing business. Oh, printing, you should be not. I got some clients in printing, and they're knocking it out of the ballpark right now. They're doing amazing. It's a phenomenal time to be a printer. How you guys doing? Well, we're not doing that well. Oh, but you must be doing good. Oh, yeah, we're doing good. Fantastic, dude. I'm glad you're doing real good. You know, there's a couple ideas we've just put in with them. Maybe we should have a coffee, get together, and actually find out about it. Well, yeah, let's do that. Great. Can you tell me now? Dude, I got to meet everybody else here. I can't. Why don't give me your card? I'll call you. We'll get a coffee. Or a beer if you're more a beer person, or, you know, lunch if you're more a lunch person, or whatever your thing is, right? And then at the end of the coffee, pick up the check, of course, order the check, and just say, hey, let me give you the information kit. There's a questionnaire in here I want you to fill in. It's only 4 pages. I'm going to come, actually, where's your shop again? Where's your office again? Where's your warehouse? I'm going to be over there on Thursday. I'm going to just drop by and pick it up. I'd love to meet some of your people. I'd love you to show me around. I want to get a feeling for what you guys do. Like, can you meet 200 people in 90 days? Yeah. Great. Now, those 200 people go in your database. What are you going to do with them, by the way? They're going to get what? An email every day. And the email is going to be about what? A problem that you can solve. Because once they've read 60 emails about problems you can solve, they realize that you can solve 60 problems. And when one of them pops in their head one day, they go, holy shit, Peter can solve that problem for me. And they won't read all of them, but they'll keep you front and center. So the other 150 are on the slow burn. Does that make sense? 50 are at coffee. Out of the 50 you have coffee with, you'll probably end up going to see 40 of them in their store, in their warehouse, in their office. Out of 40 you go and see, they're all going to do a coach on deck call, yes or no? And when you're at the place, they will. If you're investing the time to go to their place of business and you took them to a cup of coffee, do they owe you a meeting, yes or no? And do you assume 100% the meeting's going to happen? What's the dumbest question to ask at that point in time? Would you like to meet? Don't ever ask that. You're the coach, right? Who tells who they're going to run laps? You say, we're running laps. Be the coach. So, hey, I got the questionnaire. And you got to set them up because they'll only fill in half of it, if that, right? Great, fantastic. What we'll do is I'll do a coaching session with you. I don't want to go through that now. I just want to meet people in your office. I want to go around and do all that sort of stuff. And you're noticing in a piece of machinery. Dude, how much do you invest in that? It's $1 million machine. Holy heck, how much you got to get running through that to make a profit on it? Damn, you got a massive operation here. Congratulations. Well done. That's the first thing that you have to do when you're doing the walk around. Well done. Congratulations. You're amazing. Well done. Congratulations. Oh, that's fantastic. I love the way you do that stuff. That's brilliant. They did a study about the most popular people in the world, right? They started it in a school, studying which kid in the school was the most popular. What do you think was the thing that made the kid the most popular? What do you think it was? Sports star? Good looking? None of that. You know what made them the most popular kid the most popular? They liked the most people. Because when you're walking down the hallway, if Matt's walking down the hallway and I go, "G'day, Matt," Matt likes me. Because I like Matt. So you give him compliments. And then there's two other questions you have to ask every single time. We only used to do one. Now we added a second one. First question is, and it's dead simple, so why am I here? Why do you feel you need business coaching? Or VAK, you've listened to their words so you know are they visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, or you've read their texts so you can see are they using see words, feel words, sound words, touch words. Does that make sense? So why do you feel I'm here? Why do you feel you need a business coach? And they're going to tell you exactly why they think you need a business coach. And then you're going to back it up after you go, "Oh, okay, anything else? Oh, yeah, what else? Remember that thing, dig deep, play dumb?" Do it a lot. So, share with me why I would want to be your coach then. Why do I want to take on the responsibility of being your mentor, your coach, Matt? While we're walking around. Not while we're sitting down, not official, just while we're chatting. I've congratulated them. I've asked about a machine. I've met a couple of their team. Now, I know the disc profile, high D, high I, high S, high C. I'm going to find one that's a high C. Mary over here. Right? Mary's a high C. How do I know Mary's a high C? Look at her desk. Everything's in rows. Everything's perfect. I'm going to see Bob over here. Bob's got photos of his entire family, every friend. Bob's on the phone. Bob's the high I. I'm walking around and go, "Dude, how do those two get along? Because he's like a people person and she's like a detail person. How does that work?" And then I look at you and go, "Anna, how did you know that? How do you know that?" I'm a coach, dude. That's what I do. How do they get along? You prove your value by asking questions. You don't prove your value by giving knowledge. Coach that gives knowledge breaks the cardinal sin. I'll give them the knowledge. It's called books and videos. Your job? Make them do stuff. See what they learned, how they're going to apply it. Let's get going. If you find yourself becoming a teacher, you've missed the journey. So we finish that coaching, we finish that walk around, and I go, "All right, let's book it in. Grab your calendar. We need 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to go through the questionnaire when I get home. I want to do some research on your industry, and I need to put in a fair bit of energy into that, so this call is really important. I'm not wasting my time doing a lot of research. We need to book it in at a time where we're both going to be available." And you do. You go do the research. Look at their industry, their website, other competitors' websites. Do a basic SWOT. Go to ChatGPT and ask it to do a SWOT of their business. Don't believe everything on ChatGPT, by the way. It says I was born in some weird place. Yeah. I should have known the English should come with the... You know how jealous English are that their great-grandparents didn't steal a loaf of bread? Like, if your great-grandparents stole a loaf of bread, you could be living in sunshine too, you know? So you do the coach on deck call, and it's pretty dang simple. All we got to do is get them clear as to what we're doing in the diag and give them one piece of homework. Why do we need to give them a piece of homework? So now we coach them. We're their coach. They already know we're their coach. I just got you to do homework. And homework is always one of two things: average dollar sale or conversion rate. Measure that or measure that, because they're the easiest piece of homework to do. Does that make sense for everybody? And then you go to the diag and you follow the script. You follow that dang script. And you just continue coaching them. At no point during it do you ask them, do you want coaching or not? All you ask is, all right, what we got to decide today is what level of coaching you need going forward. Could be a book, could be a 12-week program, could be a 1-year program, could be installing the ABOS system, doing the whole thing. I forget what your question was, but there's my answer.